MMA Now, powered by Film On TV Networks.
All right, that's Kelvin Gastelum on the line. Kelvin Gastelum, how you doing today?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good,
All
pretty
good,
good.
man. All good. I'm free now.
All right, you're on right now on MMA Now TV. We heard you just got back from Brazil. I didn't know you were down there. Were you supporting a teammate?
Yeah, man. I just got back from there yesterday.
Who was on the card that you were with?
Actually, I was with Uriah. Since he didn't fight, he was able to hang out for a little bit and just kind of hang around. So we hung out and we had fun, man. I just got back from there. It was sick, man. It was my first time in Brazil, so I had a freaking great time.
Right. Yeah, that kind of was a downer that Uriah Hall wasn't able to take on Silva. But how was the Zika? That's kind of been a big thing. Was there a worry about that when you were down there?
You know what? No. Nobody really made a big deal out of it, so it was kind of like don't even worry about it, you know?
What about the safety down there? I know a lot of safety concerns come up when the UFC goes down there.
Well, shoot, I mean, everything was fine. Nobody got kidnapped or anything like that, you know? But it's probably, I've been able to travel around already, and it's probably the first city where I'm like, oh, shit, like, I got to keep my guard up now. It was pretty sketchy, man.
It was a little bit sketchy then.
Yeah, man, but it was good, man. I mean, I had fun. Other than Fabricio, I mean, making that one mistake. Well, he made a few mistakes, but other than that happening, I mean, I had a blast.
Well, let's talk about that. I mean, he's your teammate. You're out of King's MMA down there in Redondo. Do you think, was that Fabricio's game plan to come at Stipe in that manner, or was that something that just happened spur of the moment because of the crowd?
You know what? I don't know what the game plan was for them. I just know that he was well prepared and that he trained for this fight for a long time. But I don't know the game plan they had coming in, you know. But, it sucks. It's part of the sport. It happens, and this time it happened to him.
Right. Real quickly, though, Chris Weidman is out at UFC 199 versus Luke Rockhold. A lot of people are throwing their names in that bag. What do you make when a fighter pulls out of a huge title fight, a few weeks before is going to happen? Is this something in training? They're training too hard, sparring too hard? What happens in that situation?
Man, there could be a lot of factors. Overtraining, not enough training, training too much. There could be different factors as to why he pulled out, but obviously you have to be careful. You have to train well, and you have to train smart, man. And this is not the first time he's done that, And man, it's just disappointing.
Right, and Michael Bisping actually tweeted something with a hashtag USADA, United States Anti-Doping Agency, which obviously we haven't talked to Bisping about that, but it seemed like to be kind of a knock towards Weidman of tweeting USADA. Is that how you would take that hashtag?
I don't know. I don't see Chris Weidman as one of those guys that would put things in his body that he shouldn't. He seems like an honest guy, but then again, you never know.
Right. Also announced today was Robbie Lawler versus Tyron Woodley, and I was actually there at your fight against Woodley, in a split decision, which I actually thought you won the fight decisively. Now Woodley jumps right into the welterweight title matchup. Do you think Woodley deserves the title shot?
I mean, listen, if I'm an analyst and I'm looking at it from an outside perspective, his last fight was a split decision win against a top 15 guy, me.
Right.
So, I mean, would I have gotten, if I would have beaten him, would I have gotten the same shot opportunity? Probably not. So, I just don't think it's the right matchup to make. Woodley's been out for a year and a half and hasn't fought anybody in the top 5 yet, or beaten anybody in the top 5. So does he deserve it? Probably not.
And do you think you won? I mean, I really thought you won that fight, and I didn't think it was close. I thought, you had landed the harder strikes. I know he tried to stay busy. Um, Obviously, you had missed weight, but I still thought you won that fight. Did you feel like you won that fight against Woodley?
Man, honestly, there was so much going on in my head at that moment. I just wanted the fight to be over with.
Right.
And I really didn't care whether. I mean, I know at the moment. I'm just telling you what I felt at the moment or what I was thinking at the moment. Obviously it's not right. I just wanted the fight to be over. I didn't care if she knocked me out. I didn't care if I knocked him out. I just wanted it to be over because of what had happened previous to that. The weigh-in, the weight cut, or whatever. I was just embarrassed. I was, just not in the right mindset.
Right. And now, I mean, now you're taking on Johnny Hendricks at UFC 200. I mean, the biggest card, ever coming up. How is that? How is your weight now? And have you been able to adjust to the 170?
Oh man, I mean, I made 170 easy in my last fight and won 5 rounds easy, and I expect the same this time. I'm keeping my weight low, and I'm working with my nutritionist, George Lockhart, as well again. So, it's just been a learning process for me, and I think I finally got a grip of how to handle it, and I've taken multiple nutrition classes. I've gone up and I had multiple classes and just inform myself on how it really works and what is nutrition and how it really works,
Right, and now obviously Wonder Boy is coming off the knockout of Hendricks, and he's slated for McDonald. But there's the welterweight division might be the most high level weight division in the UFC right now. I think before it was the lightweight, but right now it might be the welterweight. You have Diaz coming back. You have Wonder Boy, you have Rory, you have you and Hendricks. Who should get the title shot after Lawler and Woodley? Do you think it should be your matchup? Do you think you're ready for that? I remember I've been covering your career since you won the Ultimate Fighter, and I don't know if you remember back in 2013. I actually predicted that we would see you having UFC gold one day, and you knew back then it was kind of premature at that time. And you've kind of matured over these years. Do you think you're ready with a win over Hendricks?
You know what? I think I'm ready to be competing at that level now. Yes, absolutely. I'm ready to be competing at that level. Like you said, you've covered me since I won the Ultimate Fighter, and it's just been a lot of learning for me, a lot of maturing for me as well. As a person, as a fighter, I've matured, and I've grown, and I've learned what a real professional athlete is. Before this, I knew nothing about life. I knew nothing about anything. I was 21. So now I'm starting to get the hang of things. It's taken a while. I've had some hard lessons learned inside the octagon and outside. So, I feel like I'm barely scratching the surface to my potential, and in this next fight, it's going to be a completely different style that you guys have seen me. It's going to be good. I mean, I'm excited. This is the most excited I've ever been for training. This is the most excited I've been for a fight and for a card. I'm just super excited to be a part of it.
Well, that's great. I know you're doing some more TV time too, along with our other buddy Jessica Penne on UFC Now, and so you're kind of getting into the TV realm, and you're kind of doing a little bit of everything right now.
Yeah, man. I like kind of analyzing and breaking down fights and talking about the fights. So it's something that I just enjoy doing. It's not something that I don't know. It was just something that I just started doing it, and I started enjoying it, and little by little, I might be getting into that Fox seat,
Right. Well, we gotta definitely have you on Tap It and Chill. You gotta take the 405 up to the 101, which you already know from down there from Kings, and we gotta get you in studio. So we'll set that up hopefully before 200 happens, and then we'll see you at 200 as well.
Great, man. You let me know what date, and we can set it up.
Kelvin, thank you so much for coming on.
All right, man. Take care.
MMA Now, powered by Film on TV Networks.